For the last 18 months, change has been at the core of my life. Everything has revolved around change. I've often wondered during this period why we're so sceptical of change when this keeps life exciting and allows us to move forward. My journey at the school began in August 2021 when I arrived at Merchant Taylors for the very first time and received a tour from Mrs. Main at the end of my Year 11 summer. Having been so reluctant to change, I was dreading moving schools. I was so settled and used to the environment of my old school, meaning that the thought of breaking this bubble to me seemed irrational. After being persuaded to have a look around Merchants by my parents, I was immediately sold. The overwhelming sense of inclusion and vibrance this school radiated hit me, and I knew this was something that I wanted to be a part of. My first day felt like a fever dream. I was beyond nervous, and I could count on one hand the number of people I knew. What I've learned from this experience is that no matter how old you are, your first day anywhere will always be nerve-wracking. My first few weeks attending school was a challenge. I had to keep up with making new friends, as well as trying not to get lost, on top of adapting to the new A-level content. I forced myself out of my comfort zone, which remains untouched till now, and spoke to as many of the girls as I could. I got stuck into every last thing I could, and I'm sure for the girls whose conversations I interrupted at the time, this must have been annoying. After a few weeks, I'd fully settled in, and my love for learning had been reignited. I was burnt out towards the end of my time at my old school, and I quickly became demotivated. But Merchants was a fresh start for me, and I took full advantage of this opportunity. When I look back at myself 18 months ago, I do not recognise the person I was. Little things, such as my dress sense and my vocabulary have changed, but the most notable change is my mindset. Being surrounded by so many intelligent and aspirational young women genuinely became my motivation to throw all I had into my studies and work hard at every last thing I did. I can't express how grateful I am for change, as moving to this school has opened so many doors to me and has moulded me into a confident young woman myself. Merchants arms us with the skills we need in order to flourish in the real world. And I can safely say, if it wasn't for this school, I would not be the person I am today. If I didn't accept change, I would not have met the girls who I know I'll be friends with for a long time after we leave Merchants. And if I didn't accept change, I would have limited the extent of my ability to thrive and succeed. We are shaped by change, and coming from experience, it can feel overwhelming and messy along the way. But the evolution of you as a person is undeniably better. If you can adapt to change, then you can adapt to anything. The quote, "Sometimes the place you are used to is not the place you belong," from a film, The Queen of Katwe, really resonates with me. As a collective, we are all resistant to change, but it is inevitable. So I ask you, are you afraid of change itself, or the uncertainty that comes with it? Change catalyses growth, and growth catalyses change. We can't escape it, so we should learn to be grateful for it, as without change, we would be stagnant, and surely that is the concept we should be more afraid of. Thank you.
Every year is different, and it's a new chapter in your school life, a chance to start fresh and embrace new opportunities and new encounters. Throughout your life, you will experience many changes, and this includes friendships, but these all help to mould you into the person you will eventually become. Something that was a new challenge and adventure for me was the Duke of Edinburgh Award. The Duke of Edinburgh is a popular part of enrichment at Merchant Taylors, providing individuals with vital skills such as teamwork, leadership, commitment and perseverance that will be beneficial throughout life. Personally, the Duke of Edinburgh Award pushed me completely out of my comfort zone, and at first, this was something I was very apprehensive about. It was an experience that encouraged me to try new things, including camping, cooking, and orienteering, and it additionally led me to learning more about others as well as myself as an individual. I certainly got a lot out of DOV, and I strongly believe that DOV shapes you as a person, especially the Goals Award. Not only has DOV led me to believing in myself more, but also motivated me to encourage and support others to persist and complete it in order to achieve the awards as a whole team. In addition, the Combined Cadet Force is also available and is very different to anything any pupil has done before, whether that be the Army section, the Navy section, or the Royal Air Force section. It's an amazing experience and one which enables pupils to take risks and challenge themselves. Like many of you here today, I joined the Combined Cadet Force at Merchant Taylors when given the opportunity in Year 9. Anxious as to what it would entail, I became part of the Army section, along with many of my friends. Upon looking back on Year 9, I was in the mindset that I would not be suitable for CCF, and so I had absolutely convinced myself that I would leave at the end of that year, and this was without even giving the activity a proper chance. However, through perseverance, determination, and believing in myself, I am still part of the Army section today, over 4 years later as a Colour Sergeant. As I have portrayed, both the Duke of Edinburgh Award and the Combined Cadet Force were two things that I was reluctant to even attempt at the beginning. They were both something new that I wouldn't normally try, but through these activities, there has been an obvious development in my self-confidence. Throughout my time at Merchant Taylors, I've explored new possibilities, whether that be through CCF and DOV, through joining the school hockey team, or through taking a risk by choosing Psychology A-level, a subject in which I hadn't studied previously. Without realising, everything new I have endeavoured or change I have encountered has collectively made me more self-reliant and has formed my character overall. Like many new adventures, starting something new may be daunting. Many do not like change, myself included, and so we often attempt to avoid it when possible, due to the fear of the unknown. In order to fulfill change, it's important to remember that self-belief and an open mind are crucial. These qualities allow us to gain more confidence through our willingness to embrace new ideas and principles, and ultimately, they help to guide us through change. Thank you.